have anything in his. But so at Puerto Rico, I used to go around to dojos and go in there after I'd cruise around drinking a 12-pack in my van. And we'd pull up to dojos and walk in there and go, "Does anybody want to fight?" And nobody did. And so I lost my train of thought on that. But, this is it. Okay, so when I was working out with weights, and I wasn't a strong day for me. So you have to know when to say, "No, I'm not lifting today." So I felt compunction and I needed to go do something. I said, "Let's go check this jiu-jitsu place out." They had flyers at the Westminster boxing gym where I was boxing after I left that Bakersfield thing. So we go in there, and all the other kung fu and Wing Chun's and all that stuff, no one ever wanted to fight me. And I go, "Let's go check out this jiu-jitsu thing, see if it's real or not." And this guy's supposed to be a world champion and all this. And since it's out there, I'll say who it was, but it was Alain Goes. And so he's supposed to be some world champion, this and that. And at this time, we're totally green, didn't have really respect for jiu-jitsu or anything like that. And I was with Paul Herrera and Eddie Reese, who are very accomplished wrestlers. And I go, "Let's go check it out. I'm not lifting. Let's go see if this stuff is for real." So we go into the jiu-jitsu thing. And it was a little bit of a drive. We get in there, and I say, "Hey, we want to roll around with you, check this stuff out." And they're Portuguese. "Oh, demonstration. And I'm like, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" Anyways, so one of the guys goes in the back. I guess they put cameras up in these little mirrored boxes, the one-way mirror things. And so Eddie gets up there, and he's a little guy. And so it didn't take him very long to tap him out with like an arm thing. And then Paul, who's is a All-American from Nebraska wrestler, bigger guy, like 190-ish. He gets in there, and I'm like going, "What the hell's going on?" Because they're lasting, and he's on his back. And at that time, I was like, what are you on your back for? It's stupid, Yeah. You're totally ignorant of what was going on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy fuck. He ended up tapping him out. And I'm like going, wow, he made short work of Eddie, and he tapped out Paul. And I had respect for Paul for his wrestling abilities and where he'd gone and trained and wrestled for. And I was like, holy smokes. Well, I'm rather large and very powerful, and Alain Goes is not. And so I go, okay. And they were starting on their knees and all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, whatever. So I get on them, and I had because the medical place, the cut and sew place, I had a scrub on. So I'm on top of him, and he grabs like a nurse's scrub because they don't rip or anything like that. And he does like an X on his thing, and he starts choking me. And I look at him, I just kind of roll my eyes like, really? Like I went like that, like fists on both sides of his face, And he's like, oh, okay. And so we rolled around. And then he finally got to an arm lock. And like I said, I was doing curls with like 120-pound dumbbells and stuff like that. And so I picked him up. Basically, he was like a foot off of the mat, and I raised my right hand up and made a fist like, you want me to fall down on you? His eyes got huge as the moon. No. And I'm like, okay. So I let him down and let it go. And he was like, like I've had enough of this big guy here. And so we left, and whatever goes on in somebody's head, like, oh, who's that guy? Almost in a narcissistic way. Oh, I got him in an arm lock. I would have used him for it doesn't matter. Anyway,
Pile drived him in.
Yeah, there would have been a whole bunch.